Good morning, Noah. Noah. And Elizabeth in the back.
He says, am I taking up the whole frame? It's not my fault I'm such a big tiger. That's right, Noah. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday from the Wildcat Sanctuary. Judson and Olivia here.
Hello, hello.
Along with Tiger Noah and Tiger Elizabeth. I see Tiger Noah says, hey, I've been soaking in some vitamin D. Let me see what my companion's up to. I'll catch some shade with her. little chuffs exchange. That's Elizabeth and Noah. Two of our rescued tigers who call the Wildcat Sanctuary their forever home. Former witness protection cats, actually. Noah and Elizabeth. They were fully given custody to TWS this past spring, early spring. And happy to have these two as official parts of our Wild at Heart family here. Hey, Ashley. Thanks for joining us today. Let's see who else is in the comments. Miss Elizabeth. Noah went cruising around the corner here. We'll catch up with him momentarily. Good afternoon, Kendra Ditto. Hey, Sherry V. Good morning to you. Saying hi to myself and Olivia and everyone here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Thank you, Sherry. Hi, Ashley. Saying hi to TWS. I knew it was Noah, says Leanne. How'd you know it was Noah? Was it the head of a tiger that's the size of a cement truck?
Exactly. Yeah, his large stature.
Oh, and we mean that endearingly, Noah. When Noah came to TWS, he was severely overweight, and obviously we want to get him down to a good weight, not only for his short-term health, but also his long-term health. We want to prevent any arthritis from bubbling up in the future. And I'd say Noah definitely has lost some weight since he came in. And truth to tell, both of the cats had not had intake exams, and so they will actually be getting both of their intake exams soon, and we'll be able to get a kind of a beat on how much Noah weighs, and we'll look at his vet records and how much he's lost since he's came, which would be good to know.
He's definitely slimming down, though. I think it's pretty noticeable, and he's moving around pretty well, too.
I agree, and that's one thing that Noah, you make it easy for yourself, is Noah's incredibly active. He's a big dude, but he loves toys. Noah's got just as large as he is in stature. That's how big his inner cub is. Noah loves toys, loves his pool, and is always seeking out new enrichment that caretaker are putting in his habitat and getting himself active physically, and he's definitely kind of taking into his own hands, which we love to see, Mr. Noah. Faith Warner's here. Hey, Faith. Tanya Toner. Hey, Tanya. I'll go around the bend, and we'll see if we can get a better shot at Noah here in just a moment. Jeremy's here. What's cracking, Jeremy? Happy Monday to you. Deborah's getting excited about seeing two of her sponsor cats, both Noah and Elizabeth. How generous of you, Deborah, to take both of these cats under your sponsor wing. Happy to be spending a Monday morning with these two. And just look at what your support offers them. Check out that free roaming habitat. Noah's got his big pool all the way up in the front. Truthfully, in a good spot where he can watch the Ukraine Lion Pride across the way, which he enjoys doing. Elizabeth, she gets her pool time in. I think we posted a good pool photo of her this weekend. But I think Noah definitely occupies the pool the most out of both of these two goofies. Krista Christensen asking, how am I? Personally, I'm doing well, Krista. Happy to be back here on a beautiful Monday. We're getting a little bit of a reprieve from some of the heat. Still not as cool of a week as I was hoping for, but some of the lows at night are pretty awesome and are a good reprieve for both the cats and humans. So all is well.
And a little breezy, too. It definitely is cooler than last week.
Yes. Yeah, we were melting in our shoes last week. I can just barely see Noah here. I do love, that a cat like Noah, he's can, not only get out of dodge away from the camera, but he's staying cool and safe, grooming himself under his platform. Both of these two have definitely already had their meal for the day.
And this really goes to show the natural habitat too, because Noah's a big guy and that grass is right over his head.
Yeah, that's a 400-pound tiger that's basically vanishing right in front of us here. Yeah, look at that big head. I can see that, mister. Says, I got a lot of grooming to do. I got a big canvas here. Let's see, Olivia, what's happening this week? What's going on tomorrow at the Wildcat Sanctuary?
We have lots of exciting things happening this week, primarily an auction, our last auction of the year, and your last opportunity to get here on site. If you love the Wildcat Sanctuary, you're a longtime follower, a new follower, we have a few more VIP tickets going up, is what I hear.
That is correct, and that auction is, man, it's... You know, I know we always say, like, it's one of a kind, and I think that this one is really kind of embodying that phrase. And some of the things that Jenny and her husband have created, Tammy kind of alluded to some of them on her Wildcat wrap-up, but I'm just never, they just never cease to amaze me with some of their ingenuity that they're coming and repurposing these toys into things like lights, into things like epoxy necklaces, just an all variety of recycled TWS toys turned into things that are going to decorate your living room, to decorate your own self, and wear that some TWS jewelry. It's just a really cool auction. And Olivia mentioned there's the on-site experience, and that included with some of the physical items. There's a Taras and Dr. Andrew handprint.
Which would be super cool.
Yeah, it's a handprint, paw print, kind of mural or piece. I'm just really excited to see it, and yeah, a lot to get excited about, and that will be dropping tomorrow.
Paintings too.
Paintings,
Yeah,
lots of paw paintings. We'll be doing a showcase and getting people excited about those items too. But let's walk over and see if Blaze and Aspen are around. Probably doing the same thing, catching some shade and grooming.
Do you see Elizabeth's paw?
I was gonna say,
she's got the spot.
It's always, yeah, it's always worth capturing a unique position that a cat finds themselves comfortable. And looks like she just dropped her arm, but she had her arm hitched up on one of the poles there. Maybe it's kind of like me. I like having a pillow to hug when I sleep. You know, maybe that's same deal. It's just that much more comfortable. Onward and forward. Welcome, everyone. If you're just tuning in, it's a Monday here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Olivia and Judson here.
Hi, everyone.
Visiting with some of our rescued residents. Taking it easy on this Monday morning, as with many of the cats.
It's a nice mild Monday.
Yeah.
Not too hot, not too cold, pretty quiet. Not a lot going on here today.
That's correct. And, we talked about our auction that's coming on Tuesday. I would like to get drum up some other excitement. Hey there, Mr. Handsome Blaze. I'd like to drum up some excitement for Thursday, this Thursday. Hey, everyone, it wouldn't be right if we didn't celebrate the Ukraine Pride, Taras, Stefania, and Lacia in particular, if we didn't celebrate their first birthday. So on Thursday, we are going to be having a live post celebrating the first birthday of the Ukraine Pride, minus Prada. Obviously, Prada got to celebrate her first birthday earlier this spring and summer, along with Nova. But come one, come all, on Thursday, we're going to do something special for the Ukraine Pride and celebrate their first year, and first year of many of living wild at heart.
And it's perfectly timed because it'll be International Lion Day as well.
That's correct. That's correct. How apropos. Nancy Hodel saying, woohoo, lion birthday. That is correct. Lion birthday, and we got a mountain lion in the frame here. That is Cougar Blaze, one of our wild-born rescues.
I'm trying to see where Aspen is, if he's out and about.
Well, if you can do a little recon here.
Yeah.
Look at all the people getting excited about the... Under that platform? Oh, in his cave. Lots of options for these boys in this habitat. Aspen and Blaze, out of all of our wild-born cats, our wild-born rescues rather, are coming here for one reason or another, but at the end of the day, as apex predators, they are not able to be rehabbed and released in the respective states that they've come from. So unfortunately, they're not able to live a wild life, but they're able to live a wild at heart life here at TWS, with many of our wildborns learning from mom, being raised by mom. And so they definitely have a certain opinion of humans that one of our captive-born rescues might not have. But out of all of our wild-born rescues, had to give a little preface there, Aspen and Blaze are probably some of our more social or extroverted wild-born rescues. Speaking of which,
Yeah, they're a little more forward.
case in point, there comes Blaze rocketing out of his little hideout here to come and get a better look at what's going on here. Hey, mister, I don't have any food. I'm just going to kneel down right here. And she doesn't have any food either.
I don't. No snacks today.
And he says, well, maybe you don't have any food, but you sure look like food. And I can understand that, Mr. Blazers, which is why we would never, ever put ourselves in jeopardy or you in jeopardy by coming into contact with a wildcat such as yourself.
But I think this is a good point why Blaze, aside from legality, would not be a good candidate for release. He is pretty forward. He's up front here with us. So this is the best alternative for cats who unfortunately cannot be released back into the wild, is living a wild at heart life, and that's what your support provides.
That's exactly right, Olivia. Hey, dude.
Buddy.
Yeah, do you think we have food? We won't stick around too long, if that's what you think, Yeah, we won't stick around too long, crazy man. Another thing that's incredible is, man, I mean, I think all of the cats when they're stalking are silent and agile as can be, but the cougars in particular, it's really chilling just how effective predators that you can perceive that they truly are.
Yeah, you could not hear it at all. Like,
Yeah.
when we just turned our backs, he came right up. Neither of us heard it.
Zoom. Yeah, I'm not the food train. I wish I was that exciting. Cutie pie. I'm sure a lot of people are happy to see a handsome dude like you. Yeah, that's a good place to hang out. No treats on me today, Leanne. No treats today. And I think I can definitely agree with that, Leanne. Over the course of Blaze's stint here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, he has really come out of his shell, and I think a lot of that's kudos to caretakers and a lot of socialization that they do with some of the wild-born cats. Obviously, we want to give them the same standard of care that we give all of our rescues here, and we achieve that standard through different methods with our wild-born cats. So it's definitely a kudos to caretakers and interns who have worked with these cats to still attain those same standards, but definitely through different methods, and methods that take a lot of patience, Mr. Blaze. All right, handsome dude. We'll see what the tigres are up to, and maybe, Olivia, we can risk it for a biscuit and walk all the way out, or all the way around the corner, and try to see maybe Dimitri and Griffin of the Tiger Trio.
I think we should. Let's see what these two are up to.
Yeah, Elizabeth is like,
Still
oh,
lounging.
she's like, oh, these two are back again, just to talk, just to do some talking. Yeah, when we like seeing you rest peacefully, Miss Elizabeth.
I like how these two spend time together too. Some of our cats that have companions in their enclosure, it's not that they don't like each other. They just kind of coexist. They enjoy each other's presence, but these two I see together quite often.
Definitely. Yeah, and that obviously that sense of companionship is wonderful to see, and for our cats, there's no denying that they're living in a captive environment, and we obviously take priority in giving them enriching and stimulating environments, and obviously that also coming in the form of a companion.
Closing her eyes now.
Yeah. Wendy Croft is excited to be on this live post. Glad to have you, Wendy. Oh, risk it for a biscuit, Nancy. That internet, you have to sometimes. Blaze is an amazingly gorgeous cat, says Patricia Glenn. I agree with that, Patricia. I think that pound for pound, in my opinion, I think that cougars are one of the most regal and beautiful cats that we have here. Yes, they don't have stripes. Yes, they don't have a big fluffy mane. But just something about a cougar and kind of the minimalist aspect of just how they look is really beautiful to me.
They are pretty striking. I have to agree with you on that. And also, I think it's fascinating that they are a species native to the United States, and so that's kind of special too.
Yeah, definitely. That's valid. Very valid point. I'm walking and reading here, folks. I'm sure we'll be able to see maybe the Ukraine Pride across the way. Dr. Campbell, our veterinarian, is actually doing a tour with his wife. I'm sure we'll probably see them from afar. He gets to show her the cats that he does so much for to ensure their health and safety here as our on-site veterinarian. And we're cruising around the corner, hoping to check in with Zeke and Dimitri here, everyone, and maybe we'll just do a little more bouncing around.
Starting to get some fall foliage growing in, these yellow flowers. They're kind of growing up, some like late summer, early fall.
That's correct, yeah. Some autumnal growth happening. We'll get lots of blooming. That's another kind of sign of people, at least I've kind of two allergy seasons. I get them in the spring, I get them in the fall. That's what I can tell all the wildflowers are popping off. I will say, Olivia, it makes for great photography moments. Yes. And some of the habitats. You wouldn't believe the beautiful wildflowers that develop here.
I was not an intern in the fall, but I visited a couple times in the fall in my stint as a volunteer before being a staff member, and I always loved the photos I could take during the fall. So I'm excited for my first full fall season.
First fall season. It's certainly a beautiful one. Leaf peeping, as we call it here in Minnesota. Lots of leaf peeping opportunities. Griffin tiger, who's out like a light, sitting at the base of what needs to be protected with these tiger boys. That's a willow tree that really is doing great. But Zeke included, when he was around, the tiger trio, we know how they treat trees in their habitat, and it's not always in the nicest fashion. Who can blame big cats for treating anything and everything like a toy, even a tree?
You can see the one right next to it.
Yep, exactly. I'll be looking at it here. I always comment how it looks like all the pine trees in the tiger trio's habitat, it looks like they're pantsless. Because all of the limbs up to about kind of the top of my torso, or about 5 feet off the ground, are non-existent. It's because tigers are rubbing, they're playing, they're chewing, doing what you would expect a tiger to do. But I am excited because eventually, Mr. Griffin, I see you enjoying the shade of that willow tree. It's going to grow even bigger and provide you even more shade. So thanks for being patient with us in the meantime, big guy. Any idea where Mr. Dimitri is, Olivia?
I'm trying to see. I might walk up and down here. This foliage is really
usually the tiger trio is great about hearing me talking, and it's usually you, Griffin, who's going to come and curious about what's all this chatting happening here. And this chatting better be about me, or else. Griffin, or Dimitri rather, is doing his own thing. Maria P saying how well hidden Griffin is. And if you look closely, you'll see his eye. He is keeping an eye on the paparazzi here. I bet when it's time for Judson to step back and leave, Griffin is going to launch into action and do what he does best. React to his predatory instincts. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people do like seeing a sleeping beauty such as yourself, but he says, I'm not sleeping now.
Oh, he's not. That tail's flipping. He's ready to go.
Yes, and his eye is being rather vigilant, even though you see it kind of flickering here. Let's see, Mr. Griffin. We kind of have good service so far today, Olivia.
I feel like we need to roll.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like whenever I get good service, I'm definitely going to get a stock here.
Yeah, we got to stick with you all when we have good service.
Yeah, I kind of want to keep the good vibes going.
Keeping on.
We'll hang out with Griffin here. I think we'll step back and let him do what he does best. Oh, he says, He says, I need to wait until you turn all the way around. We're going to keep the party moving, keep on enjoying our Sanctuary Stroll, everyone. At least I'm enjoying it. I sure hope you are doing as well. And understandably, I'm getting a don't jinx us, Judson. Don't jinx us. And you're right. I won't. My lips are sealed, Mr. Griffin.
I have hope. This is a good sign.
We won't spend too much time with them because they have their big day coming on Thursday, but let's go over and see what some of the Ukraine Pride members are doing. Because obviously they've already clocked us, Olivia. They are very much hoping that we're going to come over and say hi. I see two looking right at us, another looks like one of the sisters, and then Taras, a little more aloof, and Griffin unleashing his stalking prowess upon us. Well done, big guy.
His tiger skills.
Let's go see what your neighbors are doing, Goofy. Let's go see what your neighbors are doing. Olivia, we're getting a question. Casey Egan is asking, in the wake of Marcus passing, Marcus Tiger, she knows that Marcus was close to you. Do you have a current favorite tiger at the Wildcat Sanctuary?
Casey.
Dum, dum, dum.
I was I felt very drawn to Marcus. I actually have a Marcus tattoo, so Marcus made a very lasting impression on me. A new tiger. I don't know. I would say that my favorite, if I had to choose a favorite, although I don't really have favorites, I do love Rainier Cougar.
Ooh.
As far as tigers, I love Winona. I feel like I have to stick in the family, you know?
I like that. Very nice. So if it came down to tiger, it would have to be Winona is your answer.
I think so. I think that's my final answer. Locking it in.
Wow. That's pretty. Prada's like, well, I know that I'm not a tiger, and if she would have asked Lion, I know who you would have said.
Yeah, exactly. It probably would have been Prada.
She says, so I'm okay with this answer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because by default, if you ask Lion, I know what the answer will be. Mm-hmm. Pretty Prada, miss, hanging out right here. I was just looking over. It looks like Lacia Prada would have celebrated her first birthday. Yes. Miss Diva, birthday queen, celebrated her first birthday earlier this summer. But this Thursday, everyone, encouraging you all to join us live here on Facebook. It is a great day to be celebrating their first birthday, too, as it's World Lion Day. So the Ukraine Pride, minus Prada, who already turned 1 year old, is officially turning 1 year old. And
I have to say that Prada's signature move, because she just did it, I don't know if you got it on camera, is that roll.
Is the roll?
Yes. I see her every time do it.
The roly-poly-oly, she says. So when you tune in on Friday, I think you'll be seeing a lot different version of the Ukraine Pride. They're going to be busy with tons of birthday enrichment and hoping you guys will be there to cheer them on. Yeah.
I still have a hard time.
Here goes another roll from Prada.
Lacia and Stefania. So Judson, why don't you tell everyone how you tell them apart?
Okay. Getting Miss Lacia and Stefania. My biggest thing, Olivia, is I look at the top of Lacia's head, which is going to be more narrow and pointed. So when if she turns her head here in just a moment, or maybe if I can get a different angle, and if Prada will let me film her sister.
Okay, I see it. I see what you're saying.
She has a little bit more, the structure of her skull is a little bit more pointed.
Okay.
And I know that another thing that I've been talking about is looking at the ears and looking for the hair in the ears, but that's not always as reliable as I've noticed as the pointed top of the skull that Lacia has compared to Stephania, who has a little bit more rounded of the top of the skull or the dome there.
I've heard the ears from caretakers, and then I've heard that Stephania has a birthmark on her nose.
A birthmark on the nose. So here's little Miss Stephania. What do we see here?
There's a dark mark.
I see the mark, but that's hard. That's a hard one. That's a hard one for me to see, Miss Pretty Lady.
Yeah.
That might be a hard one for the Facebook folks to be able to see.
And it's hard for me too, because when they're from a distance. So I think I'm going to use your method.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've been looking at is the top of the head, and you have a little bit more rounded top of the head, and that doesn't mean you're any less prettier than your sister. And your sister's got a more pointed kind of top of her head or shape to her skull. And that was really cool, Olivia. She had her mouth open, and I was able to see. Would those still be, are those maybe her adult teeth coming in? Yeah. Yeah, her adult teeth coming in. They're definitely, they're about as big as your dog's teeth right there.
I know. They're little right now, but those are
they're gonna be turning into shells of what they are now. Yeah, look at, you got little dog's teeth in there. Yeah.
Hey, but they are adult teeth.
Yeah.
Give her some credit. They're adult teeth. Yeah.
Yeah. Here comes Big Taras making his debut on the live post. As I said, we'll hang out with the Pride for a little bit. We'll get a look at that mane, mister. But then I want to keep this party moving since the real party for the Ukraine Pride is happening this Thursday, their first birthday. Number 1, mister. Can you believe it? Let's get a mane update.
Looking good, Taras.
I'd say it's coming in more under, kind of on his chest and on his, leading up to his neck, a little bit faster than it's coming in on the top.
He's got a little mohawk going down the back of the
neck.
Definitely
The mohawk's coming in. Here comes your sister. But I'd say the longest fur on Taras's mane as a whole is going to be on his chest, under his neck here. All right, goofies. And there goes the patented roll, and there's another patented roll from Prada here. All right, everyone. I'm glad we got a little TWS or a Ukraine Pride lion fix in, but rest assured we'll be spending plenty of time with them on Thursday on World Lion Day and their birthday. And talking a lot about them this week because there's a boatload of Ukraine lion auction items that are going to be in our August auction launching tomorrow. Are you going to give us one more roll there? She says, yeah, I'm doing some landscaping. All right, crazy cats. We'll talk to you soon. Yeah, I think Gino's in his cave. We're going to go over there.
The best reception. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, we're enjoying ourselves, pretty Prada. She says, let me guide you along the way here.
Yeah. Silly girl.
Let me guide you along the way.
She is turning into a walker. I like it.
Yeah.
I think you said on a previous live post, like Shanti Diva.
Yes.
In the wake.
Exactly. It's, I have very fond memories walking along the habitat wall with a pretty lioness, Miss Prada, so I appreciate you bringing back some of those memories. Yeah, she was a little older and wiser than you, Prada, but you'll get there one day. Oh, my word.
Oh, wow. Now that's a catnap.
Just when I try to keep the programming PG on the live post, Gino likes getting comfortable in positions like this, but hey, mister, it's you do you, Gino, as the kids say. That's Lion Gino, out like a light. Kind of laughing to myself because he popped up in a post, I think it was on Friday, basically laying in the same position. Gino's got a favorite position, flat on his back, and feet to the sky, as comfortable as can be here. Let me get into the comments here, Miss Olivia.
You know, Leah likes to do this too.
Yes.
I thought Leah did. It's pretty funny to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and speaking of Shanti Diva, like we were just talking about with Prada, I have a handful of fun photos where even Shanti would get in the kind of the all back napping position, a very hardcore napping. Oh, Gino. Tracy F saying she remembers the Judson and Shanti dates. That's really, really sweet. I love that. It is a sweet memory, Maria. That's something I'm sure many of you are hold close to your heart regarding Shanti, of when she'd come over, she'd stand up, walk over, give you a big kind of one of those Shanti vocalizations, and off you go. It's walking time. She says, I may be a senior lady, but that doesn't mean that I don't like staying in shape. Olivia, we did it, sister.
I know, we did. I think this is like the ultimate live post from the past few months.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we got some flexibility and we're able to go and visit with some of the cats and have a kind of coherent connection with our supporters. I'm just going to kneel down, pretty Prada. And just get people excited about all things Wildcat Sanctuary. We've got our auction happening tomorrow, lasting until Friday. We've got World Lion Day on Thursday, on top of the Ukraine Pride's birthday, their first birthday. It was a good day, pretty Prada.
It'll be a fun week, too.
It will be a fun week. It will be a fun week. And happy to have so many of you along, enjoying yourselves with the cats, alongside with the cats that you do so much to support. Thank you for tuning in on behalf of Olivia and Judson. We will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.
Thanks, everyone.